Welcome back, people. We kind of got, I would say an unboxing, but not an unboxing because I've already done it. Just to speed it up, I'll probably pick the worst day of the year to build this because it's extremely hot today. So if you order one of these Samebike electric e-bikes, do be careful when you're taking it out of the box. As you can see there, I've cut all myself up, and there on my knee, very sharp pins in there in the box, which other than the sharp pins, it's all right. So I'm going to get on with it. We're going to be making some videos on this bike. We're going to be taking it off-road. Let me take the camera up a bit more. So we're going to be building this today. That's what this is. This is a build. So yeah, we're going to be taking it off-road, and we are going to try put this bike to the test, and we'll see on how well it copes off-road. As it's a mountain bike, electric mountain bike, it should be good for off-road, but I've seen a lot of other people do videos on this, and it seems like it's not really meant for off-road, even though it looks off-road. But we're going to give it a shot anyway. Look at these wheels, absolutely immaculate condition. Took about a week and a half for this bike to turn up, and this bike will set you back about £1,500. That's the cheapest I can find it. I did pay for this one though. For this one I paid, what did I pay? I paid £752, but I've looked since then and I haven't been able to find one cheaper. Comes with some mud guards. Also comes with this box, which I haven't opened yet, but I'm guessing that's tools by the sounds of it. At the moment I'm just undoing the bike and making sure on the welds, parts like here, that it's not damaged, because that's the most important thing. So we've got the back shock suspension, which looks rather nice there. It did show that it was a single crank, but it's actually a triple crank. That was my biggest problem with this bike, and luckily it actually didn't come with the single crank like the picture showed, so that was good. Just taking all the wrappering off. This might be quite a bit of a long video because I've got to make this bike. Well, I say make it, I just got to finish building it. Okay, so is that the charging port by the looks of it in there? Yeah, okay, so that's where you charge it. Nice rubber seal on there, but not that nice because now I've undone it, it's not going back in. Okay, well, that weren't very good. It's not going back in. And I got adverts playing on my music. Wow. Let me just mute that. There we go. Alright. So, I am extremely hot right now. Really hot. I don't like the heat. In the UK, if you live in the UK, you're used to the cold, not the heat. That's not going back in there. Well, okay, it is what it is. So in here, handlebars. There we go. Don't like the idea of that grip either. Look, I'm cutting myself absolutely everywhere. Some really sharp things in here. I'm so hot. I wish I never started this now. Why did I start it? Alright, so let's open up the box. Let's get on with it. So we do live stream. We make other videos, gaming blogs and all random things. You can always check some of that stuff out for anyone who's interested. Subscribe to the channel because, as I say, we are going to be doing a lot of things on this bike. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Well, that's good. That I love, because again, I was thinking I'm going to buy this bike and I'm going to have to upgrade quite a few things on it. The crank, the pedals, but the pedals, I don't know. I think they're aluminium. They could be. They could be. But I like those pedals. They're not plastic. They're not them folding pedals that are absolutely pants. So that's really good. Let's have a look in here. I have to be careful in case it shows any of my address or anything because I haven't opened up this box. Okay, so we got 3 Allen keys, 1, 2, 3, and we got that. I'm just quickly showing you in here really quick. We've actually got a operating. Okay, it's showing us. Surprising, most of these do not normally come with a manual, but this one does. Really big manual as well, actually. Is there anything in English? Because this bike is a Chinese bike, just to mention that. Okay, they do. It is in English as well, so that's really handy, because I've actually looked online. There is no one online other than me. I'm the very first person to build this. There is other people that's built it, but it's not been in English, and I haven't seen anybody with the 500 watt motor. Most of them have the 350. This one's the 500 watt motor. So this is here. Wow, that's quite a big charger. This is here the charger. I asked the guy if he could send me a 3-pin plug, and he said to me, no, you have to purchase that yourself. So not a big deal, because it doesn't cost that much, but I thought that was a little bit of a yeah, pain, for the fact that I just spent that much money and he can't even give me something so simple. But anyway, first off, we're going to start off taking off this part up here. Or it might be a good idea for me to get that front wheel one first, actually. Then I'll be able to balance the bike up. Yeah, okay, let's get the front wheel one first. So here is the front wheel. We've got the cable tie in a very awkward position, which is not good. So I'm just going to have to try and cut this very carefully. I'm probably using the most sharpest knife that I own, which is not a good idea, but hey, I'm doing it just because it means I don't have to cut through stuff for a very long time. So these are the end clips that are keeping it protected, which is rather nice. Get rid of that cable tie. These tires are very, very flat, and that is probably because it's been sitting in the warehouse, how hot it is. So just to mention, you are going to need a pump at first. So this is the way we want to keep the spring, if you guys can see that. Smallest part on the inside. Okay, so that wheel's going to go that way. So really I want that the other side, like so. Now you can put this on after, but I normally do it like this. Well, actually no, let's do it properly, because we don't want you guys to mess it up. So we put the wheel on first, then after we put that in. That's the proper way to do it, at least anyway. Okay. Nope. This is very hard to do solo. Okay, let's get rid of that one. I'm hoping all the camera angle... Oh gosh, this is scary. I don't want to break anything. Can I just pull that out? Not really. There we go. That finally got it. Right. Well, does look rather nice. Look at that. Wow. That looks beautiful. Okay, so that is going to sit there like so. I think maybe we are going to have to do the handlebars first. I think we're just going to have to do that. So let's have a look. So you have tiny little washers on the end. Make sure you don't lose those. I am physically sweating, which is not an attractive thing to say. But it's very hot here in the UK today. Like insanely hot. I'm gonna have to take all those bolts off. So to build this is quite simple, pretty straightforward, but for some of you guys, you might not know how to do it. So that's why I want to put a video up, and over time I'm going to use this over time. If you've got any questions on electric bikes, definitely make sure you ask me, because I have had a lot of electrical bikes and scooters over the years, and I'm pretty good with electrics. I am pretty good. So yeah, any problems that you have with bikes, error codes or anything like that, make sure you let me know, and I'll do my best to try and help you. Oh gosh, it's so hot. I know I keep saying it, but it really is. I'm not used to this heat. Alright. And the live streaming, we are going to be live streaming again every day, but at the moment I'm having some very big internet problems. So yeah, apologies for that, but once I'm able to get back on and up and running again, and then I will be live streaming again every day with the face cam like we normally would. So I don't really like the idea of these grips. These grips feel, I don't know what they're called, palm rest grips. Yeah, I don't like them. Okay, we've got to undo that bolt. Kind of handy that they do put that on, because it stops the bottom of the forks getting messed up. So far, apart from my blood on the frame, oh gosh, yeah, apart from that, it actually looks like it is in pretty good condition. And this has travelled from Poland to the UK, so it has come a long way. I'm still bleeding. Okay, let's lift that up. Very hard to do this one-handed. I think that's right. Let's feel. Okay, that don't feel quite right there. There you go. That's better. Alright, so yeah, I want to put it like this. And I'm going to put it this way. It doesn't really matter if you have this on this side, the release, or on the other side. Makes no difference. It's still going to work. I know the camera angles are probably all off, but again, because I'm solo, there's not really much that I can do. So you want to keep twisting it, and then as you push this, you'll feel it get a bit stiff. Now, for me, I always have mine insanely tight. You don't really need it insanely tight, if I'm honest. I just do that because safety. And then you want to push like that. And there we go. There's our wheel on. So here we have our light as well, which is quite awesome. We'll have to take the wrappering off of that, like so. And then this will take through here, and that will then sit on there like that. Okay, but before we do that, because the light's not really important, let's get the rest of these bolts in. So yeah, I'm not going to put any cuts or edits in, because I want to see, I'm interested to see on how long it actually takes me to do this in real time. Just so that way you doing it yourself, you know how long it's going to take to do this. So there's the keys, just there. The keys are for the battery. I think just the battery, yeah. Okay, so we've got thumb throttle as well, which is nice. Just got to tighten up all these 4 bolts here. I think I did that one on the bottom there under this one. I think I did that too tight. So because I've done that so tight, the other ones are not screwing in properly. You've got to screw them in evenly. So let me back that one off a little bit. There we go, that's a bit better. Just because this one doesn't feel like it's going in straight. If it doesn't go in properly, unscrew it, screw it back in. Don't force it, because these should be able to screw in very easy. You don't want to cross thread it or put it in the wrong way. So just to speed things up, I am I'm not going to tighten up all the bolts, I'm just tightening them roughly, and then that way once I finish recording, and then I'm going to go over the bike and I'm going to tighten every single bolt. That's definitely recommended. It doesn't say in the booklet that you have to do that, but I'm suggesting for you to do that, just because if you are going to take this bike off-road, you are going to work some of those bolts loose sometimes. So might be a good idea to carry a spare Allen key with you as well. That'd be a good idea. This top bolt here still doesn't, oh no, it's okay now. There we go. And obviously, before you adjust to make them really tight, obviously adjust your handlebars to where you feel like you would like them. Pro tip, otherwise you'll tighten it up and you'll have to come back and redo that all over again. God, it's so hot. It's just that I don't really want to do this, but I am doing it just because I want to get out on it. I want to try it and make sure that's all good. Okay, so now that is done, again we're going to tighten up this bolt here and then the bolt on the opposite side here, but I'm going to do that whilst we're not recording. Okay, let's go down, let's grab this one. Is that one too big? Too big. Grab this one. Okay, let's put the light on there. Unscrew that. So make sure you definitely subscribe. As I say, once we got all this bike fixed and stuff, we will have videos of riding this bike on road, off road, in the rain. Yes, electric bikes are waterproof, as much as some people don't know that. They are completely waterproof, as in when I say completely, as long as the motor, not the motor, the converter, as long as the electric converter don't get saturated, it will be fine. So take note, try not to get your electric converter absolutely wet through, because yeah, then if it is wet through, then obviously you are going to need to end up buying a new motor converter. Why do I keep saying motor? Alright, so we're going to position it like that. I've got cuts all over me now. Some really sharp pins on them box. I'll show you that. Okay, so just like that. Again, it's not really positioned just right, so if it's not, can I not? Okay, that is as far as it'll go anyway. Okay, I guess that's just the way it sits, so it's down towards the ground. Alright, so we're almost done. We are almost done. We're going to get the seat. Let me grab the seat. Here's the seat. So we're at 18 minutes in so far. This will probably take about 25 to 30 minutes in total, because we still got the pedals to put on. We've still got to power it up. Make sure there's power there. Look how beautiful it looks though. Front and back suspension looks really nice. What a beautiful bike. So this is called a Samebike 500 watt. These come in also as 350 watts, just to mention. So with this, we pull this out, push that in, pull that clip back. There we go. Now it looks like a proper mountain bike, which is good. We're getting there. So pedals, let's have a look. So as you can see there, it says R meaning right, and then obviously L meaning left. So to be honest, you can't really go wrong with this. You can't really go wrong. Okay, Let's bring that down to there. We need to screw it in. It's either going to screw into the going to the right or screw in going to the left. Could be left. Sometimes these can be a bit tricky to get in. So you've got to have a bit of patience. When you're working with equipment that costs an insane amount of money, you need to be careful and not just get too excited and ram everything in and things end up broken. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's screwing in. So I'm going to turn it to the left. Okay. Not the greatest. I don't know why that's not going in. You could also put some lock nut tight stuff or whatever it's called on this, but I'm not going to bother to do that just because I've had bikes like this before in the past. It's not very, that was on then. It's not very often that pedals do come off. So, but yeah, you could get some Loctite. I think it's called Loctite. Why is this thing not screwing in? I don't think it's that way. Is it that way? Or maybe it might be. Okay, it is that way. That's why it wasn't screwing in. So yeah, apologies for the camera angle being all over the place. I know it is messy, but it's just me. And I haven't no tripod or anything, so the camera is on my chest, which is probably a better view, to be honest, because it means you can see things a bit closer up compared to the other way. So now we've got to put the other side on. I might leave the other side actually, just because it's on the other side, otherwise I'm going to have to turn the bike around. That'd be a pain, so I'll leave that like that. I'll do that off camera. And to mention, do every single bolt, tighten every single bolt. Don't over tighten it, just tighten it. That's it. That's definitely what I recommend. They don't tell you that, but that's what I'm recommending, just because I've had electric bikes in the past. Okay, so we have two keys. I am sweating my backside off right now. And then the key we put into the bike somewhere. I'm guessing it's going to be underneath. Is that it there? I don't think that is. Where does the key go? It's kind of strange. Let's break it in half. Key, looks like the key goes underneath, but I can't see exactly where. And again, this clip is completely plastic. That's a little bit loose, that thing there. You can always tighten that up as well, but as you can see here, look at the handlebars. And that is because I haven't tightened up this bolt and this bolt. I will do that, but first I want to see how in the world does this key go in here. Okay, I think it just pushes in. Let's have a look. So if I just push, okay, there we go. So I think that now turns it on, I think. Let me take some of this wrapper in off the back here real quick. There's literally no scratches, nothing. Absolutely mint condition. Okay, so to turn it on, I think we hold the M button. Is it the M button? I think we have to hold it for like 5 seconds. Okay, nothing's happened. Let me turn the key. Hold M again. There we go. So the key has got to be in for this to work, I think. But that's okay. Alright, So here's our thumb throttle. I'm going to lift it up and change. Got to change the power mode first. Okay, so pass 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Oh, there we go. Can you see that? Nice. So there is a speed hack. There is a speed hack you can do for this bike, just to mention that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I might do, I might not. Hold M to turn it off as well. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the speed hack yet. That is something that I will think about. But last things to do is to straighten the wheel up. So as you can see, you feel that movement, we need to stop that. So let's put our handlebars straight where we'd like it. And then you want to tighten these up evenly, the same amount. And always carry a spare Allen key. Okay. Make sure you go over, tighten up every bolt as well. As I keep mentioning, just because I don't want you to mess it up. Okay, so there we go. So there's that. We just now got to position our handlebars to where we want them. And we've got to keep tightening up. Get rid of that one for a minute. And keep tightening up these ones here. These 4 bolts here at the front. And we can also adjust this speedo here. This tells you the speed and stuff. We can also adjust that. And unfortunately, you can't take that off, which that is a shame, because personally myself, I probably would like to take it off just when I go into shops or something like that, but bit of a pain that I can't. So how tight should you do these? Do them tight enough. Don't do them to the point where you're trying to fight to tighten them up, because you don't want it that tight. That's a little bit over the top. I'd just say, just do it hand tight to the point where you're not straining like crazy. Alright, so that's the position I want my bars to be in, just because I like my brakes to be low. This again, we can adjust this and put this where we want. So apart from the pedal, and I got to obviously go over, tighten up all the bolts. Let's put the stand down, which is nice. There we go, there we have it. The bike has been built. I'm not going to bother putting the mud guards on. Yeah, no point, but either carry a set of Allen keys with you, or a good old trick that I use, that I've used forever. It doesn't have it on this seat, but we're still able to do it. Normally you can have a bit of foam here, and you can push your Allen key under the foam and it will hold it in. It doesn't have it. If it doesn't have it and you got just the bar, you can get the Allen key and push it in there and it sit on top like that. I don't know if you can see that, but that will be fine. That will not go down, it will not drop down in there. Could make a bit of noise, so you could always put a few Allen keys together, put a little bit of tape around, put them in there. It's a good little bike hack that I've done over the years. So that is going to be it for the electric Samebike L0G something. L026 something, I don't know, I forgot the name of it. L026, there we go. Alright, so there we have it. Built pretty quick, very easy to do it. Just make sure you tighten every bolt from front to back. And yeah, that is it on this Samebike. As I say, we are going to do some off-roading. We are also going to be doing some on-road and trying different weathers. Make sure you pump up front and back tyres, very important. Make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, otherwise when the new updates come for this bike, you will miss it, and you will also miss our live streams, us using face cam and mic. So again, another reason to click that subscribe button. Make sure you drop a like as well, lets us know that you did enjoy this build. And that's it. We catch you people again soon for some more fun and games. I'm out.